guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. Today I have sort of a bonus video to share with you guys. It's an extra video going up this week, and that is going to be setting up my planner portfolio. So this is something I've really been looking forward to doing for quite some time now, and I originally had wanted to get it done over the weekend, but the weekend just ended up getting really busy. It was a super fun weekend, but very busy. So I am just now getting a chance to sit down and set up my portfolio, and I of course wanted to film that and share that with you guys. So it is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and today is solar eclipse day. So I also wanted to mention that I did put some freebies in the P2P vault. I created a couple different styles of the solar eclipse stickers. So there's 3 different types to choose from, and yeah, you can just go into the P2P vault and download those and document the day in your planner if you would like. We had a lot of fun hanging out in our backyard a little earlier and checking out the solar eclipse and stuff. It was just really cool. So we had a great time, so I did document that in my planner. So I just wanted to mention the freebie. So for those who are not on like Facebook or Instagram, that you know, you can go to the P2P vault, which you can access through our 2024 planner products and beyond. So the one month planners and all that. I did put it in the library as well. So if you have our older 1 month planners, the older hub system, things like that, you can also find them in the library. So anyways, wanted to mention that. Now let's get into the planner portfolio. So I thought I'd share kind of a high level overview of the way I'm planning to use the portfolio system. I have to say, the planner pieces, I've been using them all year round. All year so far, that sounded weird. And it has brought me so much just contentment with my planning system. I feel like right now in the season of life, I need simplicity, I need low maintenance, and I do love hyperlinked digital planners. Don't get me wrong, I create them. They're in my shop, I've used them in the past, but there is something about just the single sheet PDFs, no hyperlinks. It just brings so much, like, it's just so basic, and I feel like that's just what I need right now. And I might change my mind in the future and go to a hyperlinked planner, you never know, but right now this is really working for me. So the main thing that I love about the planner pieces is being able to have multiple tabs open in GoodNotes, and I can switch on over to my April calendar, and then without needing to turn my pen tool off, hit a hyperlink, all that kind of stuff, I can tap over here, get to my week, and it's just so quick and easy to do. I also like being able to use them in a folder system like I've created for myself here. So I have my April folder, I have my weekly pages, my monthly view, the sticker kits I'm planning to use for the month, all contained in one folder. So for the portfolio, you of course can work out of the portfolio if you would like to, or you can just copy and paste stuff into the portfolio when you're done with it and use it more of like a storage system. The latter is what I am doing with the portfolio. I'm going to use it more so as a storage system when it comes to my months and my weeks and things like that. I think I'm going to use it a little differently when it comes to reading, but that is what I'm planning to do. So what I'm going to set up with you guys today is just how I'm using each main section and the subsections, and then I will also set up my reading with you guys. I originally was going to use the reading add-on, but I have since changed my mind on that, and I am going to use the pieces. So we'll set that up today as well. Now, one thing I was debating between was having a main section for like all my monthlies and then putting 2024, 2025, 2026 and keeping even 3 years worth of documents in here. Or if I wanted to do January, February, March, have one main section for each month. And so I was kind of going back and forth between those. Ultimately, I decided to do January, February, March, April, and so on, because I'm probably going to want to switch out my planner portfolio, do a different theme and stuff like that for the year and all of that. So that's ultimately what I decided to do. So what I'm going to do is I am going to label my main sections here. So I'm going to use my text tool. This font right here is called Breeze, and I am going to use that same font for my main header. I will say that unfortunately the shop that I purchased that font from has closed. So I know some people have been able to find pretty similar fonts on dafont.com. There's like font finders and stuff out there, so hopefully you can find something pretty similar, but unfortunately the shop that I purchased from, they're no longer open. So, but I love this font nonetheless, so I am going to just title this January at the top, and I am going to center it. And then I'm going to take my text box here and just kind of line it up with the edges of the rounded square. And then that way I can kind of get it centered in that box. And then we are definitely going to make this quite a bit larger. I think I'm going to do 40 for that. But that's how I get it centered there. So as you can see, I've got the edges of the text box on the rounded square. I think I'm actually going to put this a little higher up. And that looks pretty good to me. So I have January there, and then I am going to come to my text tool here, and we're going to pick a font for my subheaders. And I am going to, let's see, I think I'm going to use Futura, and we're going to do monthlies. I'm going to do all caps, monthly. That's way too big, but we'll change it in just a minute. Calendar. I might start doing more than one monthly calendar, but we'll see. Oops. Oh, did I put that in the same? I must have put that in the same text box. Whoops. Let's fix that. Let's see here. This is where I really wish that GoodNotes did have a lock feature, like where you could lock text and images and all of that. Would be really helpful, because this text box is pretty large, and so I feel like it's going to overlap a little bit with any other ones I put in, but we'll just have to be careful about it. Okay, so I'm going to put another one in. I'm going to do the Futura, and we're going to do monthly calendars. Currently I just do one monthly calendar, but I thought about using one for like health and fitness, and then one for like more personal things, and maybe one for like the business. So we'll see. I'm going to make that quite a bit smaller, like size maybe even 16. We'll center that, and we'll call that good. And then what I can do is I can just go in and copy, paste. Once you have one of these set up, it gets really easy to set up the other ones. So that looks good. So I'm going to do my monthly calendar, and then I am going to do my weeklies. And then I think for this one, I was really debating what to use this third one for. And I think ultimately I've decided I'm going to try to start using the memory keeping like weekly layout, and just try to like do at least one picture a day and just write a little bit about what I did on each of those days. So I think that's what I'm going to start doing. I really want to be better about doing that. So I think we're just going to do memory keeping. And obviously I'm not going to go back and, you know, like back plan for January, February, March, but I'm just going to try to start, you know, doing that starting in April. So that's how I'm going to set that up. So far I have January, February, March, and April. So I'm going to paste that in and just try to center that as best I can. Just going to eyeball it a little bit. Looks pretty good to me. And then we'll put this one in as well. It keeps highlighting the text up there. I'm still dealing with this copy paste situation, I swear. Oh. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And then we'll come over here to paste. And again, I'm just kind of eyeballing it. I'm hoping these aren't pasting crooked though. Let me, I think it's okay. Yeah, That's okay. So we'll just do that. And then, so I'm gonna have my months go across. So December will go here, and then I'm gonna do finances 1 and finances 2. So I'm gonna do a more personal finances and then business finances. And then for this one here, I'm gonna do reading. So I am still thinking through how I wanna set up finances, so I won't do that today with you guys. There's like stuff all over my iPad. So I won't set that up with you guys today, but I will set up reading so you guys can see how that all works. So I am going to retitle this to reading. And I'm gonna like, I think scooch that down a little bit. And for reading, I'm going to do, it keeps wanting to jump like that. It's been doing this to me all day. I don't know what the deal is. No, let's see. There we go. I'm gonna do bookshelves. And then what just happened? Did it not update it? So full disclosure, or full like, yeah, just transparency. I filmed this video one time already, and GoodNotes was driving me absolutely up the wall, and it's kind of doing that same thing now by doing this jumping thing. I don't know what the deal is, and now it didn't seem like it. So book shelves. So I decided to refilm it because it was just sort of a hot mess. And I like shut down GoodNotes and all that, and it's just being weird. So anyways, and we're gonna do book reviews. I may need to do an update or something, or just like turn my iPad. Nope, not that. Do you guys see that, how it's not updating? Book reviews. There it goes. And then I think I'm gonna do reading wrap up. Even though I have been pretty inconsistent with reading so far this year, I am gonna try to be better about it. So I'd like to start doing reading wrap ups, even if it's midway through the year. And it's doing it to me again. I swear. Okay, I finally got it. I was seriously ready to throw my iPad out the window just a minute ago. I definitely had a moment where I was like, oh my goodness. But anyways, it looks like it's fine now. So, but just keeping it real for you guys, you know, sometimes technology is great and it works great and everything's awesome. And then other times it acts up on you and that's not fun. But we are persevering through. So now I'm gonna change this to February. Okay, and then we're gonna change this to March. Definitely gonna move that down. And then we'll change this to April. There it goes. So I'm gonna take my lasso and kind of move that down a little bit. Okay, so we have February, March, April, January, and reading. So that's what we've got so far. Now what I'm gonna do is I am going to take my lasso here and I am going to copy all of this, and we're going to navigate on over to this first divider here, and I'm going to paste. And we're going to resize. I think I accidentally used my pen tool on top of that, but I'm gonna resize here, kind of make sure this is not crooked, looks good. And I'll erase that pen here in just a minute. There we go. And then I'm going to copy this again, and we're just gonna go to each divider once it's sized the way we want and just paste that in. So I feel like this, probably not perfect, but that's okay. All right, so then we're gonna go over here, paste. That looks pretty good. So I think I'm just gonna set up January today with you guys, like as far as everything, because I don't want this video to be like forever long, but I will come in and like check in with you guys every now and then and just kind of show you how everything's turning out and stuff. So that's the first thing I'm doing. When I set up a main section, I'm going into the dividers and just labeling everything. So that's all taken care of right away. The other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add pages to my outline. And I explained this in the launch video, but I feel like this is so essential to being able to navigate this once you have a whole lot of pages added to it very easily, and just being able to find things very easily. So I labeled the home page, then I'm gonna go in here and I'm going to do add page to outline, and we're gonna do January monthly calendar. Okay, then I'm gonna go to my weeklies and we're going to add page to outline and do January weeklies. Then we'll go to memory keeping and do add page to outline and January memories. And then when I go to my little thumbnails up here, you're gonna see in the outline that those are labeled, and that means that on the outline I can just tap on it and it's gonna take me to that page. So very, very essential. I'll do that for the reading as well down here. So let's go ahead and label the reading dividers while we're at it. So I'm gonna copy all those, and then we're going to navigate on over to bookshelves, and I'm going to paste, and we're going to resize. Hopefully that's not crooked, there we go. So I'm gonna kind of center that as best I can, and then I'm going to copy this all again, and we're gonna go to each divider. And definitely, I'll probably go in and like tweak this a little bit more off camera, but for now we're just getting it labeled. So there's that. And then what I'll do is I can add page to outline here. Here, let's go to the very beginning. So we'll go to the bookshelves, add page to outline, and do just bookshelves, I think. Add, and then we'll go to book reviews, add page to outline, book reviews, go to reading wrap up, add page to outline, and go to reading wrap up. And so now when I go to my little thumbnails here, you're gonna see bookshelves, book reviews, reading wrap up. So if I'm on my January monthly calendar here, I don't have to go back to home to get to reading. I can just go to my outline here, look at my little list, and then go, okay, I wanna go check out my book reviews or whatever it is. So you can see why that is just such a helpful feature for the portfolio. So now we have those labeled so far. And now we can start adding stuff to the portfolio. And I just realized this video is already getting pretty long, but you know, that's how we roll here. I try to create shorter videos and it doesn't work. So I don't know. Anywho, so let's go ahead and go to January. I'm gonna actually close all of these out real quick. And we're going to go to my 2024 planner here and go to my January folder. And then I'm going to open up my monthly calendar here, and I'm gonna hit these three little dots. So super easy to add pages to your portfolio. You're just gonna copy the page. You can see it was copied. Then I'm gonna navigate over to my January monthly calendar. I'm gonna hit this plus symbol up here, and then I'm going to paste the page, make sure after is selected, and paste page after. And now you can see that my January monthly calendar is right after that divider. Okay, so next I'm gonna go to my weeklies, and I'm gonna close that little calendar out. Oops, gotta be pretty precise where you tap. And then I'm gonna get my New Year's spread here, hit copy page, and then go to my portfolio, and I'm going to hit paste page again, and it's gonna paste the page right after the weeklies right here. Now for my weeklies, what I'll do is I will stay on this page here, because what I'm gonna do is I am going to grab the next weekly and I am going to copy page. Now in January and February, I was not the best at keeping up with my planner, you guys, and this is just full transparency, and I wish people would talk about this more, but if you don't plan every single week, it's okay. Like if you set up a whole week and you don't look at it again because life just gets busy, you decide to write a to-do list on a post-it instead or whatever it may be, that's okay. Like it's totally okay. I even do it. I own a digital planning business. I create planners and stickers and all that. And sometimes I don't keep up with my planner, and that's totally okay. Like, just want to put that out there, because I feel like some people really beat themselves up and they're just like, oh my gosh, I set this whole thing up and I didn't do anything with it, and it's still pretty. I still like to look at it, and I just know by looking at it, okay, I didn't fill in my to-do list. I just set this up and I didn't use it. I must have been very, very busy, or there's something going on. And that's pretty much exactly probably what happened here. But anywho, just wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit, because I feel like, yeah, people don't really talk about that a ton. Okay, so now I copied that page, so I'm gonna actually paste that page right after this one. That way they're kind of in order. So I'm gonna hit paste page after, and then we're gonna grab my next January right here, which is the 15th through the 21st. You can see I didn't plan after that. And I think this was one that I probably, yeah, I didn't fill in a to-do list. I did put some memories there, so that's really fun. But it happens, you guys, it happens. But I still like to look at it. I still can see that I had plans that week. I put in my plans. I have some cute pictures of my kids, like, so I still want to add it. So I'm gonna go to planner portfolio, and then I'm going to add that paste page right after. And now you can see I have all my weeklies right after that divider, and I can kind of scroll through them. Now when you're on a weekly page or any page in your portfolio, if you want to get back somewhere real quick, just go to your outline, hit home page, and now I'm back at my home page. See how convenient that is, and how like that all works so well. With GoodNotes too, you can now create internal like hyperlinks, so you can use the text tool and create a hyperlink and save it as an element. I showed that in the launch video, so if you want to see that, I do want to do dedicated tips and tricks for GoodNotes soon too. I have that on my list of videos to create, but it's really easy to do, and you can just you know, save that as an element, pull it in, and navigate that way. But I personally really like the outline feature. I think it just works really, really well. Now, in terms of memory keeping, the only memory keeping I really did was pictures on my weekly pages, and then I also did my dashboard here, which didn't fill in the dashboard either. But you can see I've got some really cute pictures of my kids, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and just put that behind my memory keeping page. So I'm gonna go to January memories, hit the plus sign, and hit paste page. And now I have that there. And as you can see in my thumbnails, I have my dividers with everything behind it. So nicely organized. I stinking love it so much. I love it so much. So I'll go through and I'll do the exact same thing with February and March, and I think at the end of every month I'm just gonna go in and paste everything in my portfolio and just use my portfolio to store everything. That's kind of my plan for that. So I'm gonna go to outline, go to home page here, and yeah, so I will do that with February. That same thing that you just saw, do that with February, March, and April. And I don't think I have much for memory keeping for February and March. And in fact, I think I only did I only do one weekly spread for February? I did two. I barely did any. I got a lot better about it with March and April, but something about this very beginning of the year, I think I was just like really busy and I don't know. But anywho, that's kind of what that is all going to look like. Now I'm going to go to my dashboard library and go to my reading pieces here, and we're going to copy some stuff over here. So I have my bookshelves. So I'm going to hit the 3 little dots, hit copy page, and then I'm going to go to my portfolio, go to bookshelves here, hit the plus sign, make sure after is selected, and hit paste page. And now I have my bookshelves right behind there. And then I'm gonna go back out and I'm gonna do my book review. Hit the 3 dots, hit copy page. And the book review I know is 1 divider over, so I'm gonna just swipe and hit the plus sign, hit paste page. And then I can just duplicate this page for every book I read, and I can kind of keep all like an overview of all the books I read and stuff right there. So I think that'll be really fun. And you can even, if you wanted to, you could like add each individual book review to your outline and put, you know, Iron Flame book review, or The Nightingale book review, or I'm gonna read The Name of the Wind book review. Like, you can put the title in there, so if you want to get to it quick without swiping through, you can. Or you can put them in like alphabetical order and stuff if you want to do it that way too. But that is all good. And then I'm gonna do my reading wrap up, probably starting with April. I did finally pick up, I'm reading Iron Flame right now. I put it down for almost a month, and not because I wasn't enjoying it, but because I just wasn't prioritizing reading. And all honesty, I was just looking at my phone too much at night, which I'm trying to get away from. I feel like when I'm reading more, I don't do that as much. So I just need to like, I need to basically just not bring my phone in my bedroom. Like, that's the key. Like, just keep it charging in my office or something and just not even bring it in, because it's very easy to like get sucked into the vortex of your phone. And when I'm reading and stuff, I feel like I just sleep so much better and I enjoy it. So anyways, that's that. So here is the reading wrap up page. So I'm not going to do one for January, February, March. Maybe I'll do one for when did I finish reading Fourth Wing? That might have been February, so maybe I'll do one there, but I don't know. But I just thought it'd be really fun to kind of keep track of all of this. By the way, all these products, like the reading pieces, all that stuff, obviously it's all in my shop. So if you want to go check it out, definitely do that. There's a whole video too for all the book products if you want to see what those look like. But I'm going to copy the reading wrap up page. And then I'm gonna go to my reading wrap up here and hit the plus sign, hit paste page, and now that's there too. So as you can see, I, in my thumbnails here, have all those pages behind there. So that's kind of how that is going to work. And I have a feeling I'm not gonna read any more books than that, so I can actually go to, I have like my reading stuff here, and I can do my book lover stickers. And I think I'm just gonna do this year's books. Copy that, go to my planner portfolio, hit paste. These stickers come with all the book lover products, but I can put that there. So I have I started the add-on and I decided to do pieces instead, but so I'm gonna hit copy for Fourth Wing here. And I'm gonna go to my planner portfolio and I'm gonna paste the book cover right here. And then I am currently reading Iron Flame. So I think I'll just take all that over. I forgot to copy over the 5 stars. But I'm gonna paste this here. And then copy that, paste, and that is all that I have read so far this year, you guys. So, but I figure I can do like an overview here, and then I might even just put my reviews in order, like according to my bookshelves here and stuff. But I've got my stickers there, and I'll probably go in and like do my review for Fourth Wing here soon. But yeah, so that's where the bookshelves are gonna go. And I think that's my setup, you guys. That's what I'm gonna do. So that's what how I'm kind of setting up the portfolio. I'm gonna have one main section for each month. Under each month, I'm gonna do a monthly calendar, weeklies, and memory keeping. And then I'm gonna have my finance, personal finance, business finance. And then for business, I think I'm just gonna do like an income tracker, an expense tracker, and then taxes. And then for the other personal one, I'm gonna do my paycheck budgets, my payroll calendar, and then probably my debt and savings is what I'm gonna do. So keeping track of my debts and our savings accounts and stuff like that. So I think that's what I'm gonna do there, but I'm still kind of, like I said, thinking that through. I will definitely pop back in here and there though and keep you guys updated on anything that's changed with my portfolio, but that's how I'm setting it up. So I hope that this was helpful to you guys who are still setting your portfolios up. Again, I just am so like in love with the system. Like the planner pieces by itself just brought me so much like this content feeling, like this like, yes, this is the planning system for me type of feeling, planner piece if you will. But then paired with the portfolio, that is where the magic truly lies, I feel like that is so amazing. So I'm really excited about it. That's what I'm gonna be doing and I'm just really excited. I'm so excited about it. So you can paste, like do portrait orientation in the portfolio too. So you can mix landscape and portrait. That's another thing that I really like about this whole system. So yeah, I might try some portrait stuff in the future. There's some things I might prefer in portrait orientation and I can mix and match it. You know, I'm not like tied down to any specific thing. There's nothing that I have to use, like, you know what I mean? Like I can really pick and choose the pages I want to use, and that's what I really love about this. I can track things in as much detail as I want. I can keep it as simple as I want. So very excited. Like I said though, there are videos, you guys, videos galore. Go to the new releases playlist on my channel and you'll see the new release video for the portfolio. You see it for the planner pieces. There's a comparison one. So if you have any questions at all, highly recommend going to check out those videos. Of course, you can always message me on Etsy as well. I'm always happy to help. But I can't wait to see how you guys end up using the portfolio. Definitely share in our Facebook group so we can continue to inspire each other and just swap ideas and all that good stuff. But that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed this little bonus video, that your week is off to an amazing start. We have new releases this upcoming Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that is going to be our To Done products. It's the second Wednesday of the month, which is when the To Done products come out. And you guys, I did a sneak peek today of all of the products coming out this Wednesday, and I am telling you, the sneak peek honestly did not do it justice. This theme, like the art, the colors are just amazing for this Wednesday. So I'm super excited to do the full reveal with you guys on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. And then we're gonna have a Treat Yourself Tuesday, of course, tomorrow. So look out for that in the morning. But that's all I have for you guys today. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your week and all of the fun that is to come for Planning to Prosper this week. And if you have any questions, like I said, reach out to me on Etsy. And then other than that, that's all I got. So I will chat with y'all later. Bye.